Have you ever wished you could walk on stage without your heart pounding, your hands shaking, or your mind going totally blank, even though you've practiced for hours? Almost every musician I've worked with has felt that way. So in this video, I'll show you 9 super easy, proven tips that have already helped over 2,000 of my students finally cure their nerves and actually enjoy performing, starting with your very next gig. Number 1. You wouldn't expect a goldfish to suddenly decide it's going to breathe air and jog across the living room. Evolution simply doesn't work that fast. Your body's response to pressure, racing heart, sweaty palms, butterflies, is the same. It's millions of years in the making, so don't fight it. Work with it. Tip 1 is nerves are normal. When performance anxiety strikes, it doesn't mean something's wrong. In fact, it means your body is working exactly as it should. If you didn't feel anything, that would be weird. If you believe you should be calm, every extra heartbeat makes you more anxious. You fall into a destructive spiral. Instead, next time you feel your heart race or your hands sweat, remind yourself, this is normal. My body's gearing up to help me perform. Personally, if I don't feel nervous before a gig, I actually get a bit worried because it's a sign I'm checked out and I don't care enough. So next time you feel nerves, just notice them. Don't try to force yourself to calm down. The more you accept nerves as normal, the less power they have over you and the better you'll play. But once you've accepted your nerves, there is a simple way to take the edge off naturally without forcing anything. Tip number 2. Getting nervous before a gig is like you're suddenly in a car that's skidding out of control. White knuckles, heart pounding, mind racing. Most people panic and hit the accelerator even harder, making things worse. It's exactly the same in music. Nerves make us forget the simple things that actually help. So how do you take back control? Gently, but firmly. Tip number 2 is breathe. When you feel nervous, the single most helpful thing you can do is to consciously take a slow, deep breath, then take a few more. It really is as simple as that. When I get students to do this as part of the pre-performance routine I teach in my Unlock Your Performance course, they say things like, I took on a totally different attitude. I felt ready to perform. Here are the details that matter. Your breaths want to be slow. Don't rush. Find a pace that feels comfortable. They want to be deep. Breathe into your belly, not just your chest. Smooth and easy though. Don't force it. And they want to be conscious. Pay attention. Notice how each inhale and exhale feels. Don't stress about getting it perfect. Just doing it with intention is what counts. Even one calm breath can pull you back from the brink. Right now, take one slow, deep breath with me. In and out. Then try it next time nerves hit for real and notice the difference. Number 3, don't think of a pink elephant. Too late. Now you're picturing Harold, the pink elephant, tap dancing across the stage. And Harold has probably got a top hat and a cane too. Sorry for that. Well, actually, I'm really not sorry because this is making a really important point. Your mind can't just not think about something. The harder you try to suppress it, the more it pops up. So how do you take control? Tip number 3 is choose your focus ahead of time. Rather than trying to move your thoughts away from whatever's worrying you, aim them towards something positive. Pick what you want to concentrate on before you play, like your sound, your hands, or just enjoying the music. Suddenly, your brain is too busy with your chosen focus. There's no room left for nerves. The secret to making this work is preparation. Choose where you're going to put your focus in advance, rather than hoping you'll pick the right option when the time comes. It's like giving your brain a clear set of marching orders. No second guessing, just follow the plan. So pause the video now and think of the one thing you want to focus on next time you perform. Got it? Good. That's your secret weapon. The more you practice this, the more natural it gets. And the less room there is for nerves. And the real beauty is that because you've chosen something useful to focus on, your playing gets better too. Number 4, have you ever sat through a concert and paid attention to every single note? Yeah, me neither. My mind is often wandering what's for dinner, or if the drummer is more into action movies or rom-coms. Tip number 4 is people aren't paying as much attention as you think. When you step on stage, it feels like every eye is glued to you at all times. But here's the truth. Even in the middle of a concert, most people are thinking about their own lives, not your every note. Psychologists call this the spotlight effect. We all think we're center stage in everyone's attention, but really, they're just as distracted as we are. So if you miss a note or something goes sideways, chances are Most of the audience won't even notice. Let that sink in. You can relax, enjoy the music, and stop worrying about being perfect, because nobody's keeping score but you. Number 5. I used to get bombarded by negative thoughts at every gig. Little voices telling me I was going to mess up or that I wasn't good enough. But I realised that most of those whispers in my head were total nonsense. Once I stopped listening to them, performing got way more fun and way more successful. So tip number 5 is don't believe everything you think. Everyone gets unhelpful thoughts, especially before a performance. That's normal. The real problem is when you hold on to them rather than just letting them disappear as quickly as they arrive. Luckily, there's a simple fix. Have a positive phrase ready ahead of time. Here's my go-to choice. It will be fine. Next time a negative thought pops up, swap it out. Just say, it will be fine. And repeat that as many times as you need. It works because it's always true. No matter what happens, life carries on. And your current performance is just one small moment in the big picture. Try it now. Think of a worry you've had before playing and replace it with, it will be fine. Notice how much lighter you feel? When you remind yourself it'll be fine, you shrink the fear down to size and free yourself to actually enjoy playing. Number 6. Ever notice that flutter in your stomach on a roller coaster? Exciting, right? Guess what? It's the exact same physical sensation you get when you're anxious before a big moment. The only difference is whether your mind labels that feeling as good or bad. So tip 6 is reframe nerves as excitement. Nerves and excitement feel the same in your body, so choose to embrace this feeling as a cue that you're ready to perform. That way, you don't merely stop anxious sensations, you turn them into fuel. Amazingly enough, this is incredibly simple to do in practice. Literally, just say to yourself, I'm excited. Suddenly, you're not just a passenger on the roller coaster, you're in the driver's seat. Think this sounds weird? Or too simple to be effective? Try it, I dare you. You'll be shocked at how different you feel. Science backs this up. Studies show that saying, I'm excited, measurably boosts confidence and performance, even if you don't believe it the first time you say it. I've used it myself before gigs and even tennis matches for years, because it helps so much. And it works for my students too. Take Marcus. He went from a bundle of nerves to telling me I performed 10 times better, the crowd were dancing, and we got an encore. Try it next time. You might just surprise yourself. Number 7. I used to spend every gig obsessing over tiny mistakes and counting success or failure purely on how I rated my own playing. If I thought I'd played badly, I'd beat myself up, even though other people kept telling me how much they loved it. Other times, I'd feel great and the audience couldn't care less. Eventually, it hit me. My own opinion wasn't what mattered. The audience's experience was. And the crazy thing is that when I realised that, then I started playing better and enjoying myself more too. So tip number 7 is play for the audience, not yourself. It's easy to get trapped in your own head, chasing perfection and fueling nerves. Flip it around. Make your goals simple. Give the audience a great time. When you focus on their enjoyment, your mistakes fade into the background. You're too busy sharing the music in the moment to worry about yourself. You'll find yourself less anxious and actually playing better because you're focused on sharing, not judging. Next time you perform, set one goal. Make the audience smile. You'll play better, feel lighter, and walk off stage knowing you made a difference for them and for yourself. Number 8. Did you know Roger Federer only won 54% of the points he played in his career? Rafa Nadal and Novak Djokovic were about the same. So one of the key skills that allowed these guys, 3 of the greatest tennis players of all time, to reach the top was accepting that they were going to lose almost half the time. Champions can't afford to expect perfection. The players who believe they have to win every single point go into a destructive spiral when they make mistakes and end up losing more. So tip number 8 is set realistic expectations. You're human. Mistakes are part of the deal. If you demand a flawless performance from yourself every time, no wonder you're nervous. It's simply not possible. Pause for a second. What do you count as a successful performance? You might be surprised how high your expectations are. Here's the paradox. When you stop chasing perfection, you play with more freedom and you have more fun. And ironically, that's when you're most likely to deliver your best performance. So let go of perfect, loosen up, and accept a few slip-ups. That's how the real winners do it. Number 9. Think about the last time you went to a gig. Were you secretly hoping the band would mess up so you could criticise them later? Of course not. You were there to have a great time, cheering them on, willing them to produce their best performance. So tip number 9 is they're on your side. Audiences latch on to the best moments and savour them, filing away that killer solo or amazing chorus in their memory for the pleasure of reviewing it later on. And those little slip-ups? Most people barely notice, and even if they do, they're quick to forgive. So next time you step on stage, remember, the crowd wants you to win. Focus on sharing the music and let them applaud your successes. Now, these tips will make a huge difference if you actually apply them. But if you want to go much deeper into beating nerves and playing your best when it really counts, then check out my Unlock Your Performance course. There's a link in the description below. And of course, your best performance can never be better than the skills you've developed in the practice room. So check out this video next, where I share the biggest practice mistakes that are secretly killing your progress.